Good morning, gang. Happy Sunday morning. So it's zero dark 30 out here, and I thought I'd bring you with me on my morning sit on the porch, have my cup of coffee, listen to nature and just peace and quiet for a little bit here. As I hear a coyote howling in the background and, the crickets and everything. But yeah, so just a nice day before it gets too humid. And so today, as I celebrate my 56th beginning of the 56th year of my life on this planet, I was kind of thinking last night. It was a long night after the live stream. I think we finally went to bed a little after midnight. But Mrs. P and I got to talking after the live stream. But I got to thinking about the world in which we live. And it actually is a good topic for a Sunday morning. Love conquers hate. Always has, always will. I mean, you go back to the Bible, okay? And you look at John 3:16. I'll just read this, and I'm going to look at my computer here to quote it correctly because I'm not the biblical scholar. Okay. For God so loved the world as to give his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him may not perish, but may have life everlasting. Okay. There's a big thing about that, okay? And it's all about love. And it really describes what we're going through right now in the world. We have a battle between love and hate, between good and evil. There is no question. And none of us are perfect. Absolutely. We all have some hate in us. Absolutely. Guilty as charged. All right. But it's not what overwhelms our lives. It's not what makes us tick. Conservatives around the world have a tendency to love their fellow man, to love their country, to love their heritage, to love their history, whatever it would be. Liberals, by definition, hate it. Hear me out, okay? They hate the country, so they want to change it. They hate themselves, so they want to change it. They hate other people, so they want to change it. It's over and over and over. You're never happy with something. That's a miserable way to live, to hate everything around you. And everything's so bad, I must change it. Michelle Obama's famous quote, "For the first time in my life, I'm proud of my country." Really? What about the other 50 years, or however old she was at the time, and all the great things this country has done for you, the people, whatever, the world, okay? But for the first time in her life, she was proud of her country when they changed something. You look at relationships and marriages or whatever, biggest reason marriages fail usually is money or whatever would be. I mean, infidelity comes in, whatever would be. But what's one of the big things that you always hear in uh, divorce proceedings, or the afterwards, I guess, if you will? Why? She or he wanted to change me. No, you're not going to change me. I'm the same person I was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 50 years ago when you met me. All right. No need to try to change me. If I want to change myself, because I've got a bad habit, I want to change myself for the better, that's one thing, okay? If I want to change myself because I hate myself, that's different. But for somebody else to want to change you, to meet their ideal, that's BS, okay? And I know you're all going, how the hell does this get into prepping? I'm getting there, okay? We all know how insane liberals have gotten to be, between the politicians, between the media, between the social media companies, between companies in general, a lot of places, Hollywood, whatever. I mean, if you go back and look, if you asked somebody 20 years ago, even 10 years ago, name some of the most wholesome companies in the United States, and you'd probably hear things like Chick-fil-A or Hobby Lobby or Disney, okay, as wholesome, good companies. Chick-fil-A, Hobby Lobby, they haven't changed at all, okay. Disney has sold out to the woke left, all right. You see all the stories on, movies have to have, uh, you know, woke characters and everything like that. All right, that's fine. They're characters, no big deal. I mean, the fact that they've got to be in every movie, not every movie needs to be woke. All right. It's funny how the most popular ones right now are the second Top Gun and the Spider-Man movie, two non-woke movies, happen to be the ones that people actually want to go see. Disney came out this week with a trailer to a new cartoon, adult cartoons, as I grow up already, okay. But the Little Demon is what they're calling it, okay. And of course this has got to be, Danny DeVito is involved in this. I mean, he's the biggest piece of trash, and one of the biggest pieces of trash in Hollywood. But they're trying to make this mainstream, that the good guy in this cartoon series is Satan's daughter, the Antichrist. And we should all feel sorry for the perils that she has to go through as she's going through high school and everything like that. I'm like, who in the hell came up with this idea to make Satan be the good guy? I mean, and Disney, of all places. But it's just, this is where the world has gotten. We have taken God out of our lives. I mean, as a country, and I mean, this has been going on for decades. All right, can't be in the schools. People don't want "In God We Trust" on the money. Can't be at public places, municipal buildings, whatever it would be. It's just, you wonder why the world's going to hell. For God so loved the world, for the people so hated God. It really, the wrath of God. Yeah, we've seen that, not personally, but on the face of the earth a few times. Go ask Noah. Okay, the wrath of God is coming. But you can guarantee God does not like what he sees in the United States, in the world, whatever. And it's got to the point where Satan's got the upper hand, in politics for certain. I told you guys last night about the German foreign minister basically telling everybody, I don't care what the people think. This is what I'm going to do. All right. That's evil, right? Because the people are the one that suffer. The same thing that we see in the U.S. right now. Joe's Satanic speech the other day, basically telling half the country that, I'm declaring war on you, practically is what he said. Okay, you are not good people. That's evil. I mean, Hitler-esque. Okay, I think most of us can agree one of the most evil men in the world, the history of the world, was Adolf Hitler, and Joe's doing his best job to compete for that title. The wrath of God is coming, and I'm not, you know me, I'm not one of these religious zealots or anything like that. But what's your plan when this all goes to shit? You look at Noah and the ark, and everybody laughed at him for 100 years while he was building this ark. And then the rain started to fall, and 2 by 2 they marched into the ark, and Noah and his family got in the ark, and God closed the door. Noah didn't close the door, God closed the door. What's going to happen this time when God closes the door? Who's he going to close the door on? The people that love the world, loved, I guess, the world when it was normal, or the people that want to change it into some sort of satanic utopia? How do you think that one's going to play out? You know, I don't have to ask any of y'all which side you're on. I mean, I know that. But I want you to think about all of those who worship at the altar of liberalism. We've got to change everything. We've got to do everything we can that is against what is said in the Bible. God gave his only begotten Son. God didn't abort his only begotten Son. Okay? God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. Okay? There is a right way, there is a wrong way. I'm not saying conservatives have everything right. God knows we don't. Okay? But what I will tell you is liberals certainly do have everything wrong. And after Joe's speech the other day, if you haven't realized now, the true enemy of the people is the Democrat Party, you're really wearing blinders. Pinball out.